Hey guys, how's it going? It's Liam here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a leg workout. So the reason I decided to start doing this, or the reason I'm doing this, is because I thought that I would show you guys what my training looks like in order to do like my big compound lifts, like my squats, my Zercher squats, Zercher deadlifts, bench presses. Like I show all of those on my channel, right? But I haven't really shown my accessories or the work that I do to build the physique that I have. Because if I were to just do the compound lifts, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have the physique that I have now. So today I'm going to be bringing you a leg workout. I hit the quads, hamstrings, and calves today. I think, yeah, I do a total of 3 exercises. Now, the first exercise I'm doing here is the vertical leg press. I'm pretty sure this is 390 pounds or 400 pounds. I'm not 100% sure, but I just did a set of 12 there. So the reason I'm doing a leg press here, because you're probably wondering, how are you performing a leg press on a Smith machine? Well, that's the reason I'm doing it is because I don't have a leg press. So I actually came up with this. I saw another person doing this online. This is the Inspire cage system or Inspire Smith cage system. So I saw someone showing a tutorial on how to leg press with it. So I was thinking that this was kind of sketchy at the beginning because, like, you're leg pressing a decent amount of weight, right? So at first I thought this was kind of sketchy, but I figured out how to unrack it and rack it safely. And I also have safeties on the side. It's those black things right under the weights. So if I happen to fail, it will fall on the safeties. It won't crush me. So this is a pretty effective exercise. I use it almost every leg workout now. It's kind of hard to get the hang of because you got to figure out where to put it on your feet and you got to figure out where to put your butt so it doesn't slide off. It's not like, a regular leg press. I feel like the vertical leg press hits your hamstrings more, in my opinion. I used to do other leg presses when I went to a gym for like a co-op at my old school, and I feel like I swear that the vertical leg press hammers your hamstrings, and that's why ever since I started doing this, my hamstrings blew up. So this is the third set. I did 3 sets of, I think, 12 or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere in the 10 to 12 rep range, I did 3 sets. I lowered the weight each time. I did one with like 390. Then I went down to, I think, 370. And then I think this is 360. No, this is 350. The one before that was 370. And then 390 was the first one. Okay, so yeah. So this is 350 right here. So yeah, the first one I did obviously is leg press, and the second exercise I do, which you're gonna see in a second, is leg extensions. Now, leg extensions are one of my favorite leg exercises as well, because they really isolate the quads, and every time I'm done doing leg extensions, I can barely walk. That's how I know that it works for me. So this, I'm pretty sure, is 160 pounds, I think. So yeah, I think I did a set of 17 or 18 here. For leg extensions, I don't normally have like a designated rep range that I do. I kind of just like to train to failure just because I feel like it's the only exercise that you can really train to failure on. Like I know you can do like squats to failure, but like doing a set of squats to failure, it always kills me, like, because usually my back would give out before my legs does. But with leg extensions, I feel like it's just so much easier to go to failure. So this is 145 here. So yeah, the first set was 160. This is 145, and I'm pretty sure I do a drop set here. So once I'm done this set here, I take off the 10 and drop it down to 135, and then just crank out like I think 5 more reps or something. And by that point, I was really feeling it. Like my legs were destroyed. And I know some of you guys are probably thinking, Liam, why aren't you doing squats in this leg workout? The reason is because I just didn't feel like doing squats today. Normally, I would do squats before any of this. But I kind of treat squats as like a strength movement. And usually on my hypertrophy days, I don't do compound movements. So yeah, this set was pretty awful. Like it's brutal. That burn you get, especially if you haven't eaten a lot of carbs, because I usually do this in the morning. So yeah, here was the brutal drop set. The reason I have 250-pound weights back there is because the bench would flip otherwise, and yeah, I learned to do that the hard way. One time I was doing leg extensions, and the bench pretty much flipped on me, and it was a scary experience. So let's just say I learned from that. So yeah, I dropped the weight down a little bit. I think I did 3 sets for every exercise. I think this is 115, not 100% sure, because I don't know how much the attachment weighs, but it's somewhere in that general range. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this was, oh yeah, I didn't do a drop set this time. I actually added weight on. So the way I like to train for my bodybuilding is I like to kind of shock the muscles. So what I'll do is I'll do normal sets, I'll do drop sets, I'll even do sets where I'm done. It's kind of, I don't know what it's called, because a drop set is when you lower the weight, but when you add more weight after, which is what you're about to see. I don't know what that's called, but see how I almost went to failure there, but then I go and grab another 25, which puts this up to like, I think 140, somewhere in that range. And it was a huge shock to the quads. Like, I'm telling you, it was like there was no grind left at all. I had to like swing the crap out of this. But it definitely got the job done, because when I was done, I couldn't walk. Like, I swear my quads were cramping. And I know it sounds painful. It wasn't painful. It's just, let's just say I had the biggest pump in the world. So yeah, I always hate doing leg extensions because of the burn. Like, you can even see it in my face. Like, that's me trying not to make funny faces. But I'm like, I just couldn't help it. It's so painful, like the lactic acid. So now we're doing calf raises. I used to do them without the Smith machine, but then we got the Smith machine, and it's so much easier. Like, you don't lose balance. This is 300 pounds. So if I were to do this standing, like without the Smith machine, to do 300 pounds, it would be a lot more awkward. So I usually like to use it because it's a fixed range of motion. I think, yes, I do sets of 15 for calf raises. I'm doing 3 sets for everything. Usually what I like to do for calves is, I'm only training on one part of my calf today. Like, sometimes we also have a seated calf raise machine as well, but I usually think of calves, like, I like to train the bigger muscle groups more often. I like to think of calves as a smaller muscle group, and I know that a lot of people train the smaller muscle groups more often, but to be honest with you, calves don't really, go towards my goals, so training them more I wouldn't personally benefit from. So what I like to do is whenever I train calves, I'll train them more throughout the week, more than the bigger muscle groups, but I'll train the bigger muscle groups like harder, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So I know that the calf has multiple muscle groups in it, but I like to usually just train one at a time or one per day or whatever. I even train my shins, and I don't know what that muscle's called, but it's the muscle where your shin is. And ever since I started doing that, they're called reverse calf raises. So what I'll do is I'll put a couple mats like under my feet, and then I'll just hang my toes over, then raise my feet like you're kind of doing a calf raise, but a reverse calf raise, like a reverse wrist curl kind of. And it trains that shin muscle there. And ever since I started doing that, my calves, like my shins got bigger, and well, it made my calves look bigger. So right here, this is the final set. I don't even remember what the weight was. The first 2 sets were 300. I'm pretty sure this was a drop set. I think this is 270 or 260 or somewhere around that range. But then I drop it down to I think I drop it down to 260. This is like 280 or something. Then I drop it down to 260. Yeah. So calf raises are okay for me. Like, they're not that bad, but I like to train them. Like, I like to go down slower. I don't like to, bounce them. And I also like to pause at the top. In the video, it looks like I'm not going to, like I'm not going fully on my tippy toes, but that is as high as I can go at the moment because I've got poor ankle mobility. I'm working on it though. I'm doing my stretches almost every day, but you just do what you can, right? So yeah, this was the drop set. I take off 20 pounds here and drop it to 260. And I tried to take them off quicker. I wish that there were people there that could have taken them off, but yeah. So right here, I think I crank out like another 10 or something, but let's just say that once this was done, I was pretty happy. So yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future, so let me know if you guys like it, and of course, I'll continue to upload my personal record videos. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.